Anchor down, Admiral Nation. It is another episode of the Admiral Brag Sheet. We're one man down this week. Tripp's not feeling well this morning, so Wesley and I are going to do our best to cover for him. Hope you feel better because he's got a big week on the soccer field this week. He's got to take care of business tomorrow night. But we're just going to recap a little bit of what happened last week, varsity wise, and get into what's coming with the week to come. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the Basketball Holiday Classic coming up at the end of this month. So I'm going to kick us off with the varsity girls basketball. Tuesday night, they played Pass Christian. It was a night that was supposed to be boys and girls. Pass Christian, their school board has a rule where if you have state testing the next day, they can't play. And it was one of those weird situations where it worked out where the girls didn't have anybody taking a state test, but the boys did have somebody taking a state test, so it was only girls on Tuesday night. Unfortunately, our girls fell in that one. 33 to 46, tough one for them that night. And then Friday night, traveled over to Harrison Central to take on our big rivals over there. Girls played really well. I got a chance to go out and watch them that night. They fell 50 to 41, so they lost that one. But it was a really good game, back and forth the whole time. They hung in there. Harrison Central would take a lead, and we would cut into it. It's one of those years where, we are really inexperienced and young, but they're playing pretty well. We're a volume shooting type of team, so we're going to go shoot a lot of threes a lot of times, and when we're hot, we stay in the ball game, and when we're not, the game can tend to get away from us. But Coach Price has them playing really hard, and I think eventually that tide's gonna turn for us. I think we're sitting there at 1-5 right now, but they're on the cusp several times of playing really well, and I think we're gonna get it turned around here pretty quick. So, take us through what the boys had last week, Wesley.
Last week, 2 games. On the 8th, we played Harrison Central. Tough loss, 39-57.
That was another one where I was there for that one, and it was tough. The boys actually took a lead in the third quarter, and eventually, Harrison Central was just a little bit too much. But it's one of those where we can't wait to get them over here in Burt Jenkins Gym.
Absolutely. And then next day, we played West Harrison and dropped that one 45-53. Looked like it was a pretty close game. Did you go to that game?
I didn't get a chance to go to that one because I was in Jackson for the state championship for cheer, and then I went to watch my wife's Christmas musical that night. I couldn't miss that for sure. But, that's one of those situations, back-to-back nights, it's hard to play. Basketball is a pretty physically demanding sport, and playing back-to-back nights is tough. So, again, the boys, I think, are 4-4 right now on the year. Played some really young guys, some really inexperienced guys. So I think the boys and girls are kind of in the same boat, where as the year goes along, they're going to get better and better as we go. So going to shift gears into our soccer schedule. Big week for the soccer teams this past week. They took on Ocean Springs and Harrison Central. And we'll start with the girls. Tuesday night, maybe a little bit unexpected. I think Ocean Springs was the favorite to win the region. And I think the rumors of our demise have been greatly exaggerated because the Lady Admirals picked up a big 1-0 win over Ocean Springs. You were there, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
You get a chance to
Absolutely.
see that?
Yeah, it was a great game.
What did you take away from it?
It was a scrappy game. I don't know. I know home field advantage definitely had something to do with it because I know the crowd was big, but also I don't think other people that play on turf like to play at the Herb.
They don't.
It's a smaller field and it's that natural grass. But I know we scored pretty early in the game, and then kind of
Chloe Brock.
Yep.
I think scored within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then after that goal, we just kind of dug our boots into the ground and played defense the rest of the game. And I don't think they got that many shots on goal. Like, our defense was a brick wall against OS that night. It was a really, like you said, might have been a little unexpected, but huge win for Coach Pryor and the Lady Admirals. I think it's going to boost them a lot.
Coach Pryor had the biggest smile on his face after that game. It was I think it was one of one of those few times in his career where maybe they have not been the favorite in a region game, and he took those girls and prepared them, and just a huge win for them, and that boosts that confidence.
Absolutely.
Where maybe you can, it's a tough region where you don't know where your next win can come, but that can carry you over to the next one and the next one, and the ladies did just an outstanding job. They were very excited about it, and that helps you believe even more. So
for sure.
Big win for the Lady Admirals Tuesday night at home. And then went on the road Friday night. It was one of those nights where the basketball and soccer teams were both playing at Harrison Central that night. This one not quite as exciting. The Lady Admirals win 4-0, took care of business as they should. They were the favorites in that game and went in, took care of business, and so great night for the Lady Admirals. A very good week and a big week to come as well. What did the boys do this past week?
Yeah, like you said, it was kind of like a switch between the boys and the girls because the boys were favorited and ended up losing, and then girls were underdogs and ended up winning. But, whenever we played OS, 2-1 loss. I was at that game too. Tough loss, but I think it was kind of a wake-up call because, we were – I know if Tripp was here, he'd know everything since he played in it and stuff. But just watching the game, I know we were like heavy favorites and had a lot of hype going into the game.
Yeah.
But this is honestly a good thing for them because it can just wake them up and, kind of set their eyes and their goals to what's ahead. Because, they're going to be playing Ocean Springs again, obviously.
And sometimes a loss early in the year like that, it helps refocus you.
Absolutely.
It motivates you to get a little bit better. And
for sure.
It's funny how the boys and girls games are so different because the speed's a little bit different, but the crowd's a little bit different too, and the chippiness gets a little bit different too.
Yeah, the student section was electric. I'm gonna take credit for that. We had a great students, like we were chanting after all the ref was, not the best in the world, but it is what it is. But yeah, the student section was electric. It was a tough loss, but I know they're definitely gonna be back for sure.
Our student section did a great job and classy. There's chippiness there, but I had to kick some Ocean Springs kids out of the game last night because they were not saying the best things in the world.
Yeah.
And hopefully it happens everywhere. But we also have to remember all the time that we're there for the benefit of student athletes,
right.
And so we want to be hostile to an extent, but we also want to carry ourselves with class.
For sure.
And I think our student section did a great job of that Friday night. And unfortunately, the boys came out on the short end of it. But you're right, we get a chance to go play them again.
Yeah, for sure. And then on the 8th, another boring game, like you said, with the girls against Harris Central, 7-2 win. I didn't get a chance to go, but it sounded like it was just pretty much domination.
Yeah, it was
good bounce back.
It was one of those nights where we were going to score probably about as many goals as we wanted to. I think if you talk to the boys, they wouldn't like saying that they gave up 2 goals. But,
right.
That happens sometimes in a game where you're going to score a lot of goals, and it's going to be a big win. Maybe sometimes you lose a little bit of focus, but a big week to come for them as well. So it's Saturday. I got a chance to go up and watch our cheerleaders perform in the state championships at the Jackson Coliseum, and just a good experience for me to go watch them. Those girls put a lot of effort into what they do all year long, and I think I mentioned this last week. They practice all year long it was literally a 3-minute competition. So for 3 minutes they went out, gave it everything that they had. I was super proud of them. We had a lot of Gulfport people there, a lot of parents that were there cheering them on. Our cheerleaders typically are the ones that do the cheering for us, but we got a chance to go cheer them on, and super proud of them. I think they had a great year. I'm gonna miss those seniors. That was my first SALT group, and a lot of those were in that cheer competition team, but did a great job. Super proud of them. Couldn't be more proud as the athletic director. So, but they've got a basketball season to continue on to cheer on our Admirals, and can't wait to see them perform and do those things for us. So the week to come now, big week for athletics, especially at the beginning of the week, and then we start drifting into that Christmas time mode where maybe
Yep.
sports slow down a little bit, but we got some business to take care of this week. And so let's start off with Monday. Our bowling team has a match at Cypress Lanes. I think this might be their last one before Christmas break, so I'm gonna try to get out there today and take a look at them, see how they're doing. That's at 3:30. Then at 4:30, Bioview Middle School basketball is taking on Hancock at home. Gulfport Central Middle School basketball is at Biloxi at 4:30. At 5 o'clock, Gulfport High School basketball, that's the JV girls and the 9th grade boys, travel to Hancock. At 5:30 p.m. today, Bioview Middle School Orange team, that's the A team. Their soccer team's taking on East Central, and that's going to be at the Herb. So that'll be the first middle school game at the Herb this year. And then at 5:30, Bioview Middle School white team takes on Creek Bend at the William Prince Jones Track Complex. What do we have on Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday is a big day for basketball and soccer. GHS basketball is playing St. Martin at the Burt Jenkins Gym. Are they in our district? Or is
They are.
So that'll be first stick.
That's part of that new 7 classification thing where St. Martin is now in our district.
Yeah, so that'll be a first district, or no?
No,
first district, because we played Harris Central.
Yeah, this will be our second district game, so I really need to take care of business and get a win on the girls and boys side for that.
Absolutely. And then soccer is playing Biloxi at the Herb. That should be another big game. I know Biloxi girls team is pretty similar to OS. They're pretty talented.
Yeah.
Our girls will probably still be the underdogs in that game if I had to guess, but I wouldn't put it past them to sneak out another win.
Yeah. Coach Pryor is going to have them ready for sure.
Absolutely. And then the boys obviously play Biloxi right after. Should be another big game.
Hopefully that's kind of a statement game for those boys to where they can recover from that Ocean Springs game and put together a good win against a good squad.
Absolutely.
Wednesday, we're going to have more middle school soccer, Bioview Middle School white soccer versus North Gulfport. That's also going to be at the William Prince Jones Track Complex. Thursday, what do we got?
BVMS basketball versus Pass Christian at home. Gulfport Central is playing OS at home. GHS basketball is playing against D'Iberville, another district game. Should be
That's going to be ninth grade basketball there.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, sorry. Important game nonetheless.
You're getting ahead because the next night is a district.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then BVMS Orange is playing at Long Beach soccer. So.
And then Friday, as you just mentioned, Gulfport High School basketball at D'Iberville. That's going to be a district matchup. It's going to be another chance for boys and girls to go pick up a win, hopefully. So definitely need our fans to go support our student athletes at home and away games. And D'Iberville's not that far down the road, so take that trip down there.
Sure. And then Saturday, the basketball team, boys basketball, is that the start of the Classic?
No, that's just that's going to be the Jackie Laird Classic at Biloxi that we're participating in that day against Viger out of Alabama. Cool. So yeah, that's going to wrap up the week to come. So we're going to finish off talking a little bit about one of my personal pet projects that I'm trying to put together, and that's the Gulfport Holiday Classic this year, presented by Exceed Physical Therapy. We've kind of changed courses on what the Holiday Classic's going to be. And anytime you break from tradition, there's going to be questions on why you do this. And I just want to explain a little bit what we're doing, what we're trying to pull off here. So traditionally, you put Harrison Central and Pascagoula and Biloxi and teams like that in this Holiday Classic. But we already play a lot of those teams 2 times already. You'll see them in the district tournament. You might see them again in the playoffs. We're trying to shift gears a little bit and create something really special for our student athletes that maybe they wouldn't get a chance to participate in any other time. And I got this idea from my first several years of my career I spent in Missouri. I coached basketball, and I was mostly baseball, but as an assistant basketball coach, I really fell in love with this tournament in Missouri. It's called the Bass Pro Tournament of Champions, basketball-wise, and what they do is they try to bring in top-level talent from around the country to compete against some area teams, the best area teams. So we've taken that modeled and tried to apply it to the Holiday Classic. We've got 4 Mississippi teams, and it's going to be Gulfport High School, and we try to the 3 other teams were preseason top 8 teams in the state, so some really good talent. And then we've just tried to find as much talent from around the nation as we could possibly get, and we'll kind of get into some of that individual talent here shortly. But the 4 teams for Mississippi are obviously Gulfport High School will be in it every single year. Raymond High School, who was preseason number 1 in the state of Mississippi. They have the best player in the state of Mississippi, in E.J. Payman. Really good talent. He's got a lot of schools, NC State, Mississippi State, TCU, New Mexico State, that are looking at him. And then we've got Terry High School out of Mississippi, who actually beat Raymond earlier this year. Now Raymond beat them on Friday night, so they evened that matchup up. So another really good team. They've got some great talent on their team, in the form of Avery Thomas, who's a 6'7" senior guard forward who's got looks from Southern Miss and Southern University, who beat Mississippi State not too long ago, and then Arkansas Pine Bluff. And then the third team from the state of Mississippi, other than Gulfport, is going to be Olive Branch, who was in the 6A Final Four last year. A lot of really good talent. They're ranked as high as number 3 in the state right now, and all of that. So, what do you think about that talent just from the state of Mississippi that we have playing in this? Not to mention Amir Abdul-Rauf, who's going to be our top player, and has a lot of JUCO interest. I wouldn't be surprised to see some 4-year schools pop in there. So, what do you think?
I think it'll be. I mean, even if Gulfport's not playing in the game, I think I'll probably still try to go and watch, because these dudes look like 6'9", 6'5", like some D1 level, like big time talent.
And that's without even talking about the out of state.
Yeah, I was about to.
Yeah, we'll get into that here in a second. But I'm glad you mentioned. Hey, even if Gulfport's not playing, come and watch. That's what we're trying to get, is just a lot of people to come watch some really great basketball. There's going to be some college scouts in the stand for this, because there's some people in there that they really want to see. Gulfport High School students, you can get a 3-day pass for this for $15. We're going to have a 3-point competition and a slam dunk competition in it as well. So it's going to be really cool. We're going to be pushing that out in social media a lot over the next couple weeks.
And it'll be over break, right? So
it'll be over break. You don't have school to worry about. You can just come out and watch a lot of really good basketball. So, and then the out-of-state teams, I'm going to finish with the one I'm most excited about, but, we've got some other really good competition coming in. There's Princeton High School out of Cincinnati, Ohio. They have, I'm going to try to get his name right. I better get it right here coming up soon. But Kieran Granville Britton, he's a 6'8" junior center. Grambling State's kind of taking a look at him. Then we've got Marion High School out of Marion, Arkansas. Their top player is Ladero Robinson Jr. He's a 6'7" sophomore wing. He's got some people looking at him like Arkansas State, Drake, University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff. So a lot of really good schools looking at him. Zachary High School out of Louisiana, who's traditionally really good. They got a lot of really good players. They got I believe that's a 6'6" senior guard. LSU Alexandria's taking a really good look at him, but they also got some really other good talent coming in. The one I'm kind of most excited about is Windermere Prep out of Windermere, Florida, coming in. 2 really, really high-level players. They're both sophomores, but they're both top 30.
I don't even see that they're sophomores.
Class. Jeez. Yes, they're sophomores. So the first one I want to talk about is Brandon Bass Jr. He's a 6'5" sophomore guard. His dad, Brandon Bass Sr., actually played at LSU, played in the NBA, so he's a chip off the old block. But he's got schools like LSU, Houston, Illinois, Stanford, UCF, all taking a look at him. And then probably the most intriguing of them all is a young man named Sanan Wan. He's a 7-foot sophomore center. He plays on the Chinese junior national team as well. He's got Florida, Mississippi State, Illinois, Alabama looking at him. So you can see we've got some future NBA players playing in this tournament this weekend. Maybe some sneaky guys that are gonna play high-level Division One, play some pro ball somewhere else. What do you think about this outside talent that we're bringing in?
I think it should be really entertaining. I definitely want to go watch the Windermere Prep team play. I think, Gulfport.
We play them in the first game. Yeah,
So-
we didn't take it easy on ourselves.
Yeah.
So.
And that'll be at 7:30. What day will that be?
It's going to be Thursday, December 28th.
So right after Christmas. Yeah. I'll probably try to make it to that game.
Yeah.
That should be.
That's going to be the prime time
Really fun
type
to
of
watch.
game.
Yeah.
That night. There'll be another game after that one, but we're going to put that one center spotlight. You see how our guys handle that.
Yeah.
Those two guys are probably going to play in the NBA one day.
It looks like it.
Juan and Brandon Bass Jr. So we're going to get a chance. Our kids are going to have an opportunity to one day say, I played against that kid, and I think that's what it's all about, giving Gulfport High School kids the opportunity to do something that maybe they wouldn't ever get a chance to do outside of a situation like this.
Sure.
Yeah.
But, the talent speaks for itself. The offers, a 7-foot sophomore
Yeah.
from China is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how he got to America to play basketball. I guess just to play basketball. Or
You never know, and
Yeah.
I'm sure that's some stuff that we're going to learn a little bit more about him as it comes. But those are just two of their players. They got a lot of really good players. A bunch of those kids on that team are really good. And that's what we're trying to do with this is let's grow the love of basketball around the coast. I mentioned the Bass Pro Tournament of Champions. I went up and I watched it last year. I got a chance to shadow their athletic director to see what they do because I want to do a lot of what they do there. But I sat in the stands for it, and I sat next to a guy from Oklahoma, another guy from Arkansas, and a guy from Delaware. And it's people that come to this tournament every year because they want to watch this, and that's what we want to do is try to grow the interest of basketball around here and maybe get some people to travel here that maybe have never been here before. And then when you walk in that lobby of Burt Jenkins Gym and just see all the history in there, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf in there and everything that he did, and Burt Jenkins' legacy of all those state championships, and just the great players that have walked the halls here. That's what we're trying to do is shine a spotlight on Gulfport High School basketball, give our kids the chance to do something that they may not ever get a chance to do again, and just try to grow love of basketball around the area.
For sure.
As we mentioned, Gulfport High School students, we have 100 3-day passes you can buy for $15. That'll get you into the 3-point competition, the slam dunk competition. Adults, you can get a 3-day pass for $25. Those are on sale now in Burt Jenkins Gym and on GoFan, so you can buy those digitally or a paper ticket. And if you don't want to buy a 3-day pass, that's fine. You can come in and buy just a 1-day ticket. They're going to be $10 a day, so it's cheaper if you go buy that pass. That's a deal for you. But there are a limited amount of spots to get in that gym because Burt Jenkins Gym is only so big, and hopefully we pack it every day with people that just want to come see these great, talented players. So.
Sure.
What do you think about the concept? Do you like it?
I think it's really cool. Because last year it was mainly like you were saying, more Mississippi focused team. There were some out of state teams.
There was a team from Illinois that came.
Yeah, they were really good.
They were really good. They won the tournament.
Yeah.
Danny Greaves coached the team, who actually coached at Gulfport High School for a little bit.
That's right.
And he came down and got a chance to win the tournament. So, but yeah, it's a little different now.
Yeah, but I think it's definitely a cool concept. The 3-point and dunk contests are going to be
3-point contest will be on Friday at I believe it's at 6 o'clock, and then the slam dunk contest at 4:30 on Saturday.
Yeah, and that'll be right before the championship. Is that right?
No, so on the 3-point competition on Friday is going to be right before the winners bracket games.
Okay.
So there'll be a 3-point contest, and then we'll play the 2 winner bracket games, and then the slam dunk competition on Saturday will take place before the 2 winners bracket games.
Cool.
So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully nobody breaks our goals or anything like that.
Yeah.
But really fun episode again today.
Sure.
Getting close to closing in on the Christmas and holiday season. This will be our last episode here for a few weeks, but we'll keep you up to date on social media on everything going on in the athletic department. Tyrell's going to be out there filming some things, and always does a great job promoting our student athletes. Did a great job with the cheerleading video last week, and great things going on in Gulfport. Looking forward to seeing more great things, and can't wait to see what our student athletes are going to do. So appreciate you again, Wesley. We'll have Trip with us next time, hopefully, and until then, hoo-yah.